Hello students, we are studying chapter 3, that is synthetic fibers and plastics. In this chapter about the synthetic fibers, in the first video we have studied already. In this video we will study about plastics. Plastics, any material can be said to be plastic if it can be molded or formed into different shapes. But here we are talking about whatever material, that is about synthetic plastics. Whatever material we are going to talk about, that they are synthetic plastics. So synthetic plastics is a material which can be easily molded into many desired shapes. That is called synthetic plastic. Synthetic plastics can be reshaped, yes, can be given any shape by heating. So they are the synthetic plastics. Among the synthetic plastics, plastics are of two types, that is thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. Thermoplastics are the plastics which can be reshaped, means once they are given any shape, so they can be softened by heating again and again, and they can be changed into any shape in many times, means many times they can be given in any shape. But thermosetting plastics, whatever thermosetting plastics are there, they are that type of plastics which once if they are given any shape, they cannot be softened and they cannot be reshaped again. So they are called thermosetting plastics. Thermoplastics, in thermoplastics whatever both are polymers. So in thermoplastics whatever polymer is there, in that whatever arrangement of monomers are there in the, as you know, in the last video we have studied about polymers. So polymers are the long chain of monomers. So in thermoplastics, monomers are arranged in linear way. So there is only linear arrangement is found in thermoplastics, and on heating also cross-linked arrangement is not formed. But in thermosetting plastics, whatever monomers are there, they are not only joined, connected with, means in linear arrangement, they are connected cross-linked also, they are cross-linked also. So like this, means they are cross-linked. Whatever monomers are there, not only they are arranged in linear way, they are arranged in cross-link, means they are linked with other molecules in the arrangement of cross-linked. So that is found in thermosetting plastics, and on heating this cross-link arrangement increase. So that's why they are not able to reshaped by heating again and again. If we talk about examples, so thermoplastics examples are polythene या polyethylene. We are very familiar, you are very familiar with the polythene bags, polythene sheet. So they are made up of polythene or polyethylene. It is flexible, it can be given into any shape as it is thermoplastic, so that can be given into any shape. So that can be changed into thin sheet. Mostly it is used for making thin sheets, or sachets, or polythene bags. So whatever polythene bags we purchase, vegetables etc., we take it in the plastic bags. So that bags whatever is provided by the shopkeeper, that is mostly that is made up of polythene or polyethylene, that is both are same. So that is made up of polythene. So it is a type of thermoplastic. The other one is PVC. PVC, polyvinyl chloride, poly P vinyl and chloride PVC. So PVC is also a type of thermoplastic that is tougher than polythene. It is used for making raincoats, handbags, plastic dolls, bathroom curtains and floor or ceiling tiles. That is also used for making shoe soles. Soles are whatever sole of your shoe is there. So in some of the shoes PVC soles are there. So that is used for making, and PVC pipes are also made. PVC pipes for transporting water or any liquid. PVC pipes are also made. So that is used for making PVC pipes, shoe soles and plastic dolls, etc. That is also a thermoplastic. Polystyrene, that is the polymer of styrene, that is lighter in weight than polythene, that is highly transparent. So that is used for making various things wherever there is need of transparency, means transparent materials, whatever when some people dye their hairs, so whatever gloves are formed, that is transparent gloves, so they are made up of polystyrene. And polystyrene is also used for making packaging materials and hot drink cups. Styrofoam, that is also called thermocol. So that is also made from polystyrene. That is also a type of thermoplastic. Teflon is a type of thermoplastic, although its melting point is very high. And it is near about inert. It do not means there is most approx there is no effect of any chemical on it. So it is used for making non-stick cookwares, for the coating on the non-stick cookwares. It is used for coating on that, and it have low friction also. So it is used for making non-stick cookwares, and in chemical industries as corrosion proof coating, so that corrosion may not take place. So in industries it is used for corrosion proof coating, and it is used for coating on non-stick cookwares. So that is because its melting point is very high. At what temperature we cook our food, at that temperature that do not melt. So and it is inert near about, it do not react with any chemical, means whatever food material is there, whatever food material we cook, if there is some acidic material or basic material in that or some salts are there, so they do not react with it. So no reaction take place, so our food do not spoil by that. So that's why it is used for making non-stick cookwares. It is also called PTFE. PTFE full form is there, polymer of tetrafluoroethylene. The Teflon is also called PTFE, polymer of tetrafluoroethylene. So these are the examples of thermoplastics. If you talk about examples of thermosetting plastics, so in thermosetting plastics, whatever examples are there, that is bakelite and melamine. Bakelite is a thermosetting plastic that is tough, means hard. It is tough than other thermoplastics, and it is insulator of electricity and heat also. So that's why it is used for making whatever electric boards, electric switches, electric sockets, plug boards, etc. are there. So they are made from the bakelites. That is because it is tougher. It do not whatever so if it is that is made for making sockets, So if some heat is also created there, so that do not melt easily. So that's why it is used for making plug boards, etc. The other example of thermosetting plastic is, that is melamine. Melamine is fire resistant also, and it is hard and high polymer. Melamine is used for making unbreakable dinnerwares, means that is crockery, whatever crockery, dinner set, etc. are there. So that is made from the melamine, that is because that is unbreakable. And decorative objects also are made from the melamine. Since it is fire resistant, so whatever uniform of firefighters are there, whatever uniform they wear during putting out fire, so that uniform is coated with melamine, because that is fire resistant, that do not catch fire. So melamine is used for coating on uniform of firefighters. So these are the various examples of thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. Now plastic is a material of choice. Whatever, if anything we want to keep, if we think of storing of a food items, water, milk, pickles, dry food, etc., whatever thing we want to store in any container, so generally we use plastic containers. That is because of its various properties, its various characteristics. All the characteristics I have written here. So that is because of its characteristics. A plastic is, what characteristic plastic have? Because of that it is used so in everywhere, in our kitchen, in our bags, in our means everywhere, wherever you are there, means if you are at home, if you are at school, if you are in any office, so everywhere you will see the use of plastics. Why it is it has been become a material of choice? So that is because of its characteristics. Among its characteristics, first characteristic is that is non-reactive. It is non-reactive, it means it is corrosion resistant. It do not react with any other, means any, generally do not react with other substances like air, water. So that's why air, water, acid, etc. also. So that's why it is, whatever food items are there, means that may have some acids, that may have some other chemicals, so they are stored in the containers made of plastics. In our laboratory also, whatever chemicals are there, they are kept in, mostly they are kept in plastic containers or glass containers. So because that is because they are non-reactive, plastics are non-reactive, that's why chemicals are stored in the plastic containers. Since they are non-reactive, so whatever chemicals will be kept in that container, they will not react with the plastic and they will not change their characteristics, means they will not be spoiled. And whatever food items, means pickles, etc. are there, you know that pickles have some acids, so that acid may react with the material of the container, but since plastic is non-reactive, so whatever acid is present in the pickles, that do not react with the plastic, so that do not get spoiled. If that will be kept in any metal containers, since metals are reactive with acids, so they may react with that and they may form some poisonous substances, so they, and the pickle will also be spoiled, so they are preferred to keep in the plastic containers. Plastics are lightweight, it is easy to handle. If you carry a bucket of iron bucket or metal bucket, so that will be very heavy, without empty bucket will be heavy, and plastic bucket is easy to handle also, and it is lightweight also. So whatever containers made up of plastics, they are lightweight also and easy to handle. They are strong and durable, that is also very good characteristics. they are lightweight, they are non-reactive, they are strong and durable. Strong means whatever containers are there, whatever things are made up of plastics, they last longer. So they are durable also, and they are insulator or bad conductor of heat. Because of that, wherever there is need of not conduction of heat, so there the plastic goods are made up of, means the goods are made of plastics, as the handle of cookwares, handle of cooker, whatever pressure cooker is there, the handle of that is made up of plastics. That is because whatever plastic is there, that is bad conductor of heat. If that will be made up of metal, then heat will be conduct through that, and whatever person will handle the pressure cooker during cooking, so that may burn, the hand may burn. So the handles of cooking utensils are mostly made up of plastic. That is because of plastic is a bad conductor of heat. It is insulator or bad conductor of electricity also. So wherever there is no need of conduction of electricity, there the objects are made up of plastics, as switchboard, plug board, covering over the electric wires. So that is also done with some plastics. That is because they are bad conductor of electricity, and electricity do not pass through that. So on handling the electrical appliances, the person do not get electric shock. And it is non-biodegradable also. It is non-biodegradable. So if the objects are kept anywhere in moist condition or in any condition, so that object do not decompose with the attack of microorganisms. If the materials made up of any other material is like if any bag is there, polythene bag is there, so that will not be decomposed by microorganisms, means that is not biodegradable. But if it is jute bag is there, that is that will be decomposed by microorganisms. So it is non-biodegradable. The objects made of plastics can be kept in moist condition, means if carelessly they are handled, then also they are not attacked by microorganisms, means they are not degraded by microorganisms, they remain safe, means so they last longer. So these are the so many characteristics. That is because the plastics are being used so excessively in every field. In these are the characteristics which has make it the material of choice. It has so many characteristics of, because of that it has become material of choice, and it is being used excessively in every field. So its excessive use has become a problem for the environment, and that is because it's this characteristics. Other characteristics are good, because of that there is no problem, but these characteristics make it harmful for the environment, because whatever objects are made of plastics, if the old broken plastics objects are thrown here and there, so they do not decompose. So that is because of non-biodegradable property. Plastics create many problems. It has become a problem for the environment. Now plastics and environment, as you know, plastics are being used excessively in every field. After use, that plastic will be wastage, so that will be disposed here and there. Since it is non-biodegradable, it do not decompose, and because of its excessive use, whatever garbage is there, if you will see anywhere collection of garbage, you will see approx 70 to 80% of that is plastic goods. whatever old plastic goods are there, means that may be polythene bag, that may be broken toys, that may be broken containers of plastics. So most part of the garbage is that is plastic, and since plastic do not decompose by microorganisms, so that has become a problem for the environment. Its disposal has been become very difficult. So it increases the garbage, that is because of its excessive use, and it causes soil pollution. If it is dumped into the soil, that causes soil pollution, and that prevents the percolation of water also. If any it is filled into the lowland, and so that whatever plastic go into the ground, that causes soil pollution, and that prevents the percolation of water. Percolation of water means seepage of water, means passing of water from the surface of ground to the into the ground. So that is prevented by plastics, and that will affect the groundwater. If it is burnt, then causes air pollution. When plastics are burnt, since it do not decompose, that takes several years in their decomposition. So if they are burned for their disposal, if they are burned, so that produce various poisonous gases and causes environmental pollution, means air pollution. So it cannot be burned also, cause it becomes the cause of death of stray animals. That is because of foolishly thrown by the people, whatever leftover food is remain after eating at the home. So people generally keep eating the polythene bag and they throw at the garbage place or nearby their house, anywhere on the street. Whatever stray animals are there, like cow, dogs, etc., they try to grab it hurriedly, they try to eat it hurriedly, means there may be 2 or 3 animals may collect for eating that. So every animal want to eat it hurriedly, so in that they eat with the polythene bags. When they eat the food items, food materials, they eat with the polythene bag, and that polythene bag, since it cannot be digested by animals also, so it do not digest, and that chokes the respiratory system of animals at the pharynx, and they may, if they pass into the lymphatic canal also, they may choke some places. So that becomes the cause of death of animals. If they are thrown here and there in the street and the drainage foolishly, generally it is done by the people, carelessly they throw here and there, so that clogs the drains, and if the drains will be clogged, then water of the dirty water of whatever is flowing into the drains, so that will not flow properly, and that will start to overflow, and that may come at the road, or if that will not flow, so that will cause the breeding of housefly and mosquitoes. So that may become the cause of various diseases like cholera, malaria, etc. So mainly problem is there because of use of plastic, because of its excessive use and its foolishly disposal. Main problem is that. So these are the various problems. Now what measures can we do to get rid of from the problem of plastics? So the first measure is recycling. Whatever old plastics are there, if they are separated and kept separately, whatever recyclable, means thermoplastics, thermoplastics can be recycled. So mostly thermoplastics increase the garbage, and so thermoplastics can be collected separately and they can be given for the recycling. Whatever junk dealers are there, they collect the old things, so they collect plastic also, plastic goods also, so that can be given to them and that can be recycled for making some objects, some goods. That goods, whatever recycled goods are there, they are of cheap qualities, but they can be made, they can be used again. So that will reduce the amount of plastic, whatever new plastic are being produced, so that will reduce the amount of plastics. And never throw plastic litter in the streets, drains, etc. Never, we should not throw whatever plastic litter, means whatever plastic garbage is there, means waste plastic is there, so that should not be thrown here and there in the street or in the drains. That creates problems, and that if it is thrown in the streets, that may again it will may go into the drains, and that drains will clogged. And we should not throw leftover food in polythene bags. If food is left after eating with the whole family, and if some food item is left, so that should be kept at either in some container, so that whatever stray animals are there, they may eat without eating polythene bags, or at some place, if it is clean, so there it can be kept nearby your house, and that can be eaten by the animals. So we should not dispose foolishly the polythene bags, and whenever we go to we should follow, the other thing is that we should follow the 4 R's. 4 R's are there, that is reduce. We should follow the 4 R's, that is refuse, reduce, reuse, and recycle. So these are the 4 R's. We should follow that, being a responsible citizen of the country, or not only of country, because the pollution do not affect to the only one country, that affect the whole environment. So first your country will be affected. So being a citizen of the country, we should follow the 4 R's, that is refuse. Whenever you go to purchase anything for the purchasing in the market, so avoid taking the goods into the polythene bags, and whatever plastic wrapped goods are there, avoid to take that. Means you can take your jute bag, you can take your bag that may be made up of jute, so carry that and take the things into the jute bag at the place of polythene bags. If the shopkeeper is giving it into the polythene bags, you can refuse that. You may say that no, I have brought my jute bag. So you should refuse of taking the goods into the polythene bags. And if you will do this, so certainly the amount of plastic garbage will be reduced, and you can reduce taking the avoid taking the goods whatever is wrapped into the polythene or plastics. Whatever plastic containers are there, that can be used again. Suppose you have brought some eatables in plastic container and that has been finished. After that, that plastic container can be used for keeping some other things, so that will be reused. The fourth one is recycle. Recycle, as I told you here, that whatever old plastics are there, So that should be separated. Old plastics should be separated, and whatever organic materials are there, they can be kept in the separate dustbin, and they can be used for making compost. And plastic goods can be given to the junk dealer so that it can give it for the recycling. So it should be followed by every citizen of the country. That will be helpful in reducing the problem of plastics. Ab now one question is there, where we have studied about the positive characteristic of plastics, about the problems created because of the plastics. So what should we say? That plastic is a boon or curse? Plastic is a boon or curse? Boon means vardhan, curse means abhishap. So it is boon or curse for the human beings. When plastic was discovered at that time, people were very happy getting some useful material for making various things, as plastic is lightweight, plastic is strong, plastic is durable, plastic is can be colored in any color also. So it have many positive characteristics. So it start to use in making various things. So it is because of that it was the boon for human beings, discovery of that. But because of its excessive use and its foolish disposal, and since it is non-biodegradable, it takes several years in their degradation. So it has become a curse for human beings, because that pollute the environment. If it is dumped into the ground, then it cause soil pollution. If it is burnt, then cause air pollution. If it is thrown foolishly here and there by the people, so that chokes the drains. If the leftover food is thrown into the then in keeping polythene bags, then it becomes the cause of death of stray animals. So it has become curse also. So it depends on the use of human beings, that it is boon or curse. If it is used wisely, then it is boon. If it is used foolishly and excessively, then it will be curse for human beings. So this was about this chapter.